Hey, BA fam, Dell Technologies' biggest business sale of the year is here. Step up your vision with top tech up to 45% off during their early access Black Friday event. Dell Technologies recommends Windows 11 Pro for business. Plus, get incredible savings on Windows 11 PCs, along with servers, monitors, and docks, all with free shipping. There's also special financing with Dell Business Credit. Get started by contacting your Dell Technologies advisor today at 877 Ask Dell. That's 877 Ask Dell.
And we're back for the BAQA. The BAQA. The BAQA. I wish you guys could see it's me and Mandy like we're like bopping heads. The BAQA. All right. We call it the BAQA because it's Brown Ambition question and answer. We do it every Friday for y'all. You guys have amazing questions. So much so we had to do a whole nother show for it. So if you have questions before we start, make sure you send them to us at brownambitionpodcast@gmail.com, right?
Is that a question? Yes, correct. Ding, ding, ding.
I got it. Ding, ding, ding. All right. And you can also tweet us at Brown Ambition Podcast, right? On Insta. I said tweet us on Insta. You can send us an Instagram DM. We're Brown Ambition Podcast. And we're the BA Podcast on Twitter. Correct?
Yes, ma'am. And or if you just want to make it simple, just go to brownambitionpodcast.com, our new, beautiful, redone, zhuzhed up, glossy, gorgeous website, and you can ask us anything there.
Yeah.
All right, let's get on into it. I'm going to take the first question. All right, so this listener wants to be anonymous. She says, thank you for all you do. I've been listening for years. I love how you break down the answers to questions on your show. Thank you. Alrighty, so here's her question. She wants to know, when does it make sense to use credit unions? I recently combined finances with my spouse, and I'm more bothered when it comes to debt. I'm only comfortable carrying student loan debt, which I have about $16,000 of. My partner is also trying to pay off about $9,000 of personal consumer debt that has skyrocketed due to unemployment with the pandemic. We've also managed to rack up close to $4,000 of credit card debt on a 0% financing credit card for 12 months. That means that after 12 months, it's going to be a lot more than 0%. She says, I'm thinking it'll make sense to try to get a $10,000 credit union loan to at least clear the high interest personal consumer debt that accumulated before our marriage. For additional context, pre-tax this year, we've made about $85,000 and my credit score is 720. Thanks for your help. Okay, what a time to get married and be dealing with debt together. Yes. I mean, I definitely think that the rationale of her tackling the high interest consumer debt, they do have this 12 months where the $4,000 is not accruing interest, you know, at 0% intro financing. So I get that the bigger concern is that $9,000 of debt that her husband has, that is, like she said, been skyrocketing thanks to interest, because it sounds like he was unemployed for a while. But the core question, when does it make sense to use credit unions? Like right now?
Yeah. Honestly, here's the thing.
This is a good time.
I like to have like three financial like partners, if you will. One, your brick and mortar bank. You know, they're my least fave because, you know, they don't give you nothing, but they are convenient. When I say brick and mortar bank, you know, the big old banks on the corner, we don't say their names over here, but you know, like for the convenience of it all, this is where literally I just do my checking, like swipe my debit card, pay my bills and leave me alone, sis. Right. Second partner I like to have is an online only bank for savings, because if I'm going to save, like Mandy talked about, like in our prior, Brown Ambition episode, the one before this, go listen if you haven't. Okay, it's good. So she talked about that she and husband saved like a year's worth of savings. So they wanted to have it liquid before she kind of made the leap into what she's doing now. So if you are going to save, I'm not talking about investing, but if you're going to save, it's better to save in an online only bank that's going to issue you a higher interest rate than that brick and mortar bank on the corner that's going to give you a piece of a penny. Okay. And then the third is credit unions. To me, I like a credit union specifically for their interest rate if you need to borrow money. That is why I think everyone should have a credit union connect, because with credit unions, like if I was going to purchase a car and I had payments, I would get my financing through a credit union. Purchase a house, I would try to get my financing through a credit union, because many credit unions are nonprofit based. And they are typically kind of co-owned by the members inside the credit union, which means that the rates that they issue are enough to keep the doors open and the lights on, but they're not as aggressive with trying to make money, because that is not the purpose of a credit union. The credit union is a community financial resource. And so, yes, everyone listening, you should at least have a relationship with a credit union. But what did she say her name?
No, she wants to be anonymous.
All right, we'll just call you Debbie. So Debs, because you have debt, Debbie, get debt, Debbie. Okay, anyway. Don't worry, Debbie. I'm not judging you, because Lord knows I had ton of debt. But you got a great credit score, Remember the beginning of perfect credit is a 740, but 720 is nothing to sneeze at. So I don't think you're not going to get turned down by a credit union to borrow money. I can't tell you the amount, but it's very likely that you'll get something. And I if it was me, I would remember me and Mandy are not giving you personal advice, but we could just give our opinion how we would do it. But if it was me, I would get a loan from my credit union, pay off that high interest rate debt, really try to negotiate down the lowest interest that I can get. That the debt that I have the zero interest on, I would be very aggressive in paying that off. Make sure that find out at the end of the payoff, if you have $2 left over, they're not going to then flood you with the full interest that you did not have to pay. Figure out basically what are the terms of that loan. And make your credit union your friend. Do most of your lending through them. That's what I would do if it was moi.
Yeah, the only thing I would add is credit unions, like Tiffany said, are great. They even have a max interest rate they can charge you. It's 18%. So you're never going, which sounds high, but when you think about there are online lenders out there that are no better than payday lenders,
Yep.
Storefronts, and they charge triple digit interest rates. So 18% is their max on personal loans and things like that. But if you were considering a credit union, what I would say is your credit score is really good. See what interest rate they offer you and how much they offer you, and just get a couple other quotes, even from some online lenders. You do have good credit. I think it might be, you'll have to decide though. I'm wondering, she gives her credit score, but not her husband's, and it's his debt. So it's that kind of sticky, icky thing of, am I putting my credit on the line for your debt? What's his credit score? That's what I'm curious about. And is he taking out the loan? And I'm going to be for real. Just because I've talked to at least 3 different women recently through my career coaching who have been in really nasty breakups, and they have been left on the hook for debt that their partner, that they took on, as a couple, but really it was, is it in a couple in your feelings, or is it a couple on paper? Because what's often happening is you have one person taking on the debt. So I would definitely think carefully before you put your finances on the line to consolidate his debt. But let's say, he's got solid credit. I would say 100% he should be consolidating his debt. Start with a credit union, and then see if some online lenders you can get some quotes from as well. And ultimately go with the lowest rate possible on a fixed rate personal loan. That is just an idea. Like Tiffany said, we are not your financial advisor. We don't know everything about your financial picture. There's so many questions here, but that's just our thoughts for now. Yay, marriage. What's yours is mine. Neat. Hey, VA fam, y'all know we are huge fans of Squarespace. Yes, Squarespace suite of products combines award-winning design and world-class engineering, making it easier than ever to establish and own your online presence. From their beautiful templates to their powerful e-commerce tools, they help customers launch their ideas into the world and build their brand.
What I love about Squarespace is it's easy. Yes, I built my website literature challenge on Squarespace and I am not tech savvy. Squarespace tools are DIY in nature. I know, meaning anyone can learn about, use, and or create without technical expertise. I told y'all I did it, okay? Squarespace empowers millions of dreamers, makers, and doers by providing them with the tools they need to bring their creative ideas to life. Squarespace customers can build a website, claim a domain, sell online, and market a brand.
Squarespace's products combine cutting-edge design and world-class engineering, making it easier than ever to establish your online presence. Squarespace is perfect for people who are ready to make their ideas a reality and want those ideas to stand out. Go to squarespace.com/brownambition for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code BROWNAMBITION to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
All right, next question. Hi, my sister turned me onto your podcast, and it's been so helpful to continue our healthy relationship with money and talking about it with each other. Hey, sister, you're a great sister. Thank you. I have a question for you. I have a job with a pension, PERA, in Colorado. I can buy up to 10 years of service time and accelerate my retirement by either 10 years or work on my job until normal retirement age, but get nearly 100% of my highest income for life after I retire. Problem is, the cost of buying years accelerates quickly as I get older. Does it make sense to use a loan like a HELOC? A HELOC, for you who don't know, it's a, oh my God, I'm just drawing a blank.
Home equity loan.
Yes, thank you. Woo, child. Home equity loan or home equity line of credit to buy years of service. PERA will, or PERA, I don't know, PERA, will loan me the money at 7%, but I could get a HELOC for less than 5%, probably closer than 3% right now. I could see myself working there for the next 20 years, but I also would get the option to take a lump sum out if I move on before retirement. This feels like a good idea, but it also sounds like cheating. Cheating? Any advice? Thank you so much. Even if you don't answer this, I love what you're doing. A public servant. Oh, hey, P.S. public servant. So just to get clear. Go ahead.
I had no idea that you could do this. I didn't know that you could buy years of service. This is fascinating to me.
You should ask husband, because he's a public servant as well, right? And I know my husband, Superman, is a public servant. So we actually did this. Although we didn't have all of the nuances that you have, public servant, meaning that it didn't, like, he could have done it at any time, basically. It didn't actually cost more the longer that he waited. So I was like, that was something new. So it took us a few years to make the decision of whether it made sense, but we weren't in a rush, thankfully, because he didn't have to do that. And then also too, I think his max was like 5 years that he could buy back. So eventually, after sitting with our financial planner, Anjali, hey girl, we decided it made sense. Now, to your point, because he's going to technically, quote unquote, retire early, if that's what he so decides, he's not going to get the 100% of the money he would have gotten. I think let's just pretend like that you get 60% of your paycheck in your pension, because my husband has a pension as well. Right. So he's not going to get that. It will be less. But we did the math and we were like, okay, by the time my husband retires, we already have one property that's basically done. We'll be able to rent it out for about $2,200 a month. Now the property is paid off and renovated, so there's no mortgage. So if he saves half of it, and then the other half basically is what I told him, now you're starting to replace your income. So I told him, you have 5 years, to use real estate to replace your income. So him not getting the full pension is not as important as what was important to me was, because he could technically like quit now, really, I guess. Well, that's not true because he doesn't have the full money from the homes yet. But let's just say that we get an apartment complex this year and it's like, well, now he's making $10,000 a month. He could quit. No, I want that insurance. Like for us, that's why we're like, no, I want him to finish out because his insurance is A++ as it is for many, public servants. Like y'all know, for those of you who are OGs, I did IVF for like 3 years and it was probably would have cost us definitely into the 6 figures, if not multiple 6 figures, because we did it for so long. But I paid $10 out of pocket when I went to see the doctor. I paid nothing for all of the surgeries. I probably paid out of pocket less than $3,000 for the 3 years. And that's because I had to, I froze some of the eggs and that's something that they did not cover. So I just say all that to say his insurance is so great. I want to take it with us. And so, I don't know the right choice for you, but I wanted to give you like a path of our thinking. Like, how important is it for you to have the full amount of money at the end? Do you get to take your insurance with you? I don't know that there's a right or wrong. 10 years is a lot of time. And does she say how close she is? No.
She says she can see herself working there for 20 years.
But she doesn't
for
know.
The next
we don't
20
know.
years.
But we don't know when her, so meaning if Superman works for the next 10 years, he'll be able to retire, but we can shorten it in half. We don't know how far or close she is to whatever the full amount of years are. I guess we can assume it's 20 years.
She said that she's going to accelerate it, that she's thinking of buying up to 10 years of service to accelerate her retirement by 10 years. So it looks like she's looking to cut 20 into 10,
yeah,
maybe
that's
30
what
down
thinking.
to 20.
That's what I'm
something
wondering.
Like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think, Mandy? What would you do? Because I don't think there's a right or wrong here.
Girl, the only thing I could think when you were telling your story is if you're listening to anything public servant, it's the fact that Tiffany and Superman, I keep calling him husband. I'm sorry. He's Superman. I have husband. Anyway, that you guys went to Anjali, your financial planner first.
Yeah.
This is a prime example of a complicated math problem that you want to see 7 different scenarios lined up. And that is something that I know my financial planner, Helen, would be extraordinary for. So I'm saying this is it's such a big decision too. You're talking about also a HELOC. How does Superman pay for his years?
We did it. We saved it. And
you saved it.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know if we would have.
So you paid cash.
Yes, we paid cash because
because a HELOC is a whole other element to this that you got your house on the line. Yep. That's your collateral. That's why you get a lower interest rate. So it's a very complex question. Yeah. And I think that it's a perfect time. This is a big enough situation where finding a fee-based or fee-only financial planner who can help you with this particular situation, they'll get all your personal information down, your family, all that, and their household expenses and debts, and help you walk through all of your options. Because to me, it's such a big decision that I would feel a lot better if you had. Personally, I would feel a lot better. I wouldn't make this kind of decision without talking to my financial planner, and I don't think necessarily you could make that decision. But if you're doubting it, I would say definitely lean on a personal financial advisor, which of course Tiffany and I can't do because we don't know that much. We only have a little email from you. So no, I'm not trying to get out of saying an answer, but genuinely, I ain't got one. I just say
it's a lot.
Talk to.
There's so many nuances, and you're right. That I think the biggest thing to take away is the fact that we did not make this decision by ourselves. We asked, we were like, so what do you think? And she was just like, well, she looked at how much savings we had. She actually asked, we had to go. I had never seen his pension paperwork or whatever. We had to go download it, get it for her so she could actually look through the pension paperwork to see, do you get to take, cause I was like, do you get to take your retirement, your not life insurance, your health insurance with you fully? Like, what does that look like? So these were things, it's all, so she weaved through all those things and was like, so here's what's on the table. Yes, you get to take it with you. Superman, you're not going to make the full amount because you're going to leave early. She even gave us the amount, the differential between if you stayed to the end to what you're making now, so we can make that decision. Yep. And here's the thing, what's so great is that he could still stay if he wanted to. It doesn't mean, people work past quote unquote retirement age. So it's not like if he's like, you know what, actually, I don't mind it. I'll stay an extra 5 years or whatever. He could still do that. I just wanted for him, he just wanted the option of being able to say, you know what, if I do want to leave early and I do have, this other source of income coming in that I want to focus on, I have the option to do so. But yeah, Mandy's right. This is a big, big, big decision. Very complicated. But honestly, you're in an awesome place to even be able to make this decision. Like, who can say that? I can buy 10 years off my time. That's awesome.
I mean, hells yeah. All right. Well, I feel like this warrants a follow-up email. Let us know if you find a financial planner. If you're in Colorado, a good place to start for finding a fee-based planner is National Association of Certified Financial Planners, NAPFA. We'll put a link
Yes.
We'll put a link in the show notes, but you can ask for referrals, find someone in your state because they're actually probably going to have experience working with people who work with the
Yes.
pension system there. So, big decisions, grown up things. Good,
Grown up teens.
good luck. Grown up things. All right. I think that's it for the BAQA this week. Thanks y'all for listening.
Yes, if you have questions, don't forget, send us your questions. You can send us your personal financial questions, but also too, Mandy is quite the career educator these days. Send us your career questions. And I'm all about that business. So send us your business questions as well. Like we love business, career, and personal finance questions because we are here to provide, our thoughts on it. Obviously, we're not here to advise you specifically, but to provide our thoughts on it. And we love a wide range of questions. So, send them on over to brownambitionpodcast.com. Click. Is it still called Ask Us Anything? Like, what does it say on
You
there?
know what? As I was saying it earlier, I'm like, I don't even know what it says anymore.
Right.
Our brand new website. There is, I think you just scroll down, scroll, and there should be a form there. If not, it's
There's a
easy.
contact
Click
us. I say at worst case scenario,
contact. There you go.
there's literally a contact us button. Yep.
Yes. Yeah, I know. We've like trained ourselves over 6 years to say that exact expression, and now it's different.
Oh,
What
yeah,
are we
no. And
doing?
honestly, I'm here now. It looks great. If you click the contact us, first of all, this picture is super cute of me and Mandy. If you click the contact us page, like box, it actually has like BAQ is right there. Like you can see it. So
That's right.
Yep.
I remember deciding that. Okay. Neat. Did I tell you my mom loves our podcast? She was like, she wrote me the most thoughtful review. You know how sometimes you're just like, I can't believe you took the time, Mom, but thank you.
Aw.
She said, there are some websites I just do not keep scrolling if it's too hard to navigate. I'm doing it in her Midwestern, her Wisconsin accent.
Minnesota. I love that.
Navigate. She'll be so annoyed because honestly, there's more Georgia in her than she likes to admit. But anyway, she was like, it's just so beautiful and easy to navigate and so intuitive. So yeah, I'm excited. It's gore. It just makes me happy.
It does.
I think it just really reflects our spirit much better. But shouts out to our original OG brownambitionpodcast.com. It served us well, but we growed up now and
growed up.
iHeartRadio nominated. So
Yes.
we needed to level up. Yes.
All growed up. I love that.
All grown up. All right. Until next week.
Okay. Until.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, BA fam. Slow is just right if you're on vacation, which I just got back from, a sloth, or describing QuickBooks. More like slow books. It sucks you in and slows you down with manual processes, integration difficulties, and glitchy delays that leave you scrambling for the numbers you need. Now is the time to make the switch to NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 financial system, because NetSuite gives you visibility and control of your financials, inventory, HR, e-commerce, and more. It's everything you need to grow all in one place.
Yep. With NetSuite, you can automate your processes and close your books in no time, no matter how big your business grows. Failing to switch to NetSuite will leave you stuck trying to make sense of your books while your competitors sprint ahead. In fact, 93% of surveyed businesses said they increased their visibility and control since they switched to NetSuite. And right now, special financing is back. NetSuite's offering a one-of-a-kind financing program only for those ready to switch today. Head to netsuite.com/brownambition right now. Get special financing at netsuite.com/brownambition. That's netsuite.com/brownambition.